I wanted to show you guys my new car, but it is covered in mud from the tornadoes, so it's not so pretty like it was. It's hard to tell, but we are missing the top of that tree on the other side of this dead tree. There's a cedar tree, and it was a lot taller. We lost the top of the tree in the tornadoes last night. We had a tornado come through last night. We ended up having to shelter for about an hour. We're okay. We just lost the top of a tree, and we have some just branches down here and there, and we have no power, but otherwise we're good. Somebody came a little bit ago with a tractor and moved a tree out of the road in front of the house. So I went ahead, called the speech therapy office. They're open, so I'm going to take kids to speech.
I've been lying here for too long. I don't know what else to do. I wanna get away from every little thing just to try to make it through. I've been thinking about my options, every detail in my head, but it doesn't really matter, nothing matters, so I cry instead. My breath. I've been trying everything I can, but I ain't got nothing left. I've been staring at the ceiling, I've been staying up all night, everything I ever worked for.
Good morning, friends. Happy Monday. It has been a crazy few days, but we're here. We're doing good. So where do I start? Me and James have been talking about ways to save extra money, to have more in savings so that if things ever happen again, like his quadruple bypass or his shoulder surgery, we have money saved. So we were talking about possibly trading in my car, doing something like that, and we added up how much we were paying for the car. It was like $12.80 a month for the car and the tires, which is insane, which is what I had told him when we got the car, but he was very insistent I get it, and so we did. But the trunk room in it was horrible, and it did not get the best gas mileage. And when you add together the fact that I can't even take my kids to the grocery store with me or haul animal feed without putting down seats of the car or putting feed under kids' feet or various things, with the fact that we're paying $12.80 a month for a car, it was kind of inconvenient. And so we were talking about trading it, or doing something different for the car, and we decided to go to a few car lots and look around. And originally we were looking at crossovers, but there's just not enough trunk room for a person with 5 kids and a lot of farm animals. So I ended up saying, well, let's go ahead and look at the minivans, and we ended up deciding we would go ahead and get this Dodge Caravan. It is a year newer than my Nissan was, and it has 60,000 less miles on it, and the interior of it looks brand new. It's only had one previous owner, and it's in great condition. And so we ended up getting this. Our payments on it is only $560 a month, so like that is insanely cheap compared to $12.80 a month. So that is going to make a huge difference in having money saved in the future, if things go crazy, but yeah, and so far I really enjoy it. We drove it home from Oklahoma City, which is an hour, and then I drove it to church on Sunday, which is another half an hour, and then back home on Sunday, another half an hour, and then over here for speech, which is about 20 minutes away this morning, and I'm still above 3/4 of a tank of gas, so much better gas mileage than my Nissan got. So I think it's going to be a good change for us, and I think we're going to enjoy having it. There's a lot more room in it for the kids, and there's a lot more trunk room. And then it also has like the stow and go, so when we go to co-op and things, we can put, you know, like the kids' lunch and water bottles and library books and stuff in the stow and go, and co-op supplies in the trunk, and we'll have plenty of room and things aren't crowded. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. But all of that to say, that was our Saturday. We ruined our eat at home challenge. The kids made pizzas at home, but by the time we finished at the car lot and got everything situated with the car and left, it was 8:30. So James and I, no, it was like 8. James and I ended up going to Cholino's for dinner and having burrito supremes. So we were on day 52 of the eat at home challenge, and that's where it ended. So we had to start over with day 1, which kind of sucked. But yeah, we were hungry, so there you go. But we are starting over, and we're working on it again, and we're gonna do just fine. I think today's day 2. Yeah, because yesterday was day 1, starting back over, and we had church and stuff, and we did the enchiladas. This morning the kids had oatmeal. We have no power currently. We had a tornado come through last night, which is crazy. For February weather, we don't normally get tornadoes until, you know, May, April sometimes, but mostly May. And so we had very severe weather last night. We went to shelter. We had a tornado go right over our house. And as far as what we've seen, we only have about half a tree missing. We had a tree out in our horse pen / donkey pen that it literally cut the first like 2 feet off the top, maybe 3 feet off the top of the tree. And it's just gone. Don't know where it is. But yeah, half the tree is gone. But other than that, we didn't see any damage. Some stuff blowing around the yard. And last night our rabbit pens were flipped. CJ, James, and I had to go out and fix those. But yeah, nothing bad. Our neighbors, I mean, nobody in our area has power, but we have neighbors with trees split in their yard. We had trees out in the road, people's big dumpsters out in the road. Next door to James's dad's, half of somebody's barn is up by the road. The other half is way back on the back half of their property. The animal rescues where they keep that's over by our house, they have a horse pen, and right in the middle of it, there's this great big shade tree, and it is split in half. There's somebody's trampoline out in the road, and those people just moved here. Next door to James's dad's, there's power lines down all over somebody's driveway and yard, and trees just down everywhere. Up the road the other way from us, they had just put in a new housing addition, and apparently it got hit, and a lot of the houses are destroyed and gone. And a friend of my dad's that lives over by us completely lost his house. So we were very lucky that all we got was half of a tree gone and no power. So yeah, we definitely heard it coming over. You could hear it like a freight train in the storm shelter. Penny did not want to leave her bunnies in the house, which I understand. So her baby bunnies and George came to shelter with us. George was in a full-on panic. Maddie did not want to wake up and go to shelter, and so she just sat in Mika's lap and slept most of the time. But it was very close. We haven't had a tornado that close in a few years. I think when I first started my channel, we had a tornado, and actually it hit one of the barns at the animal rescue, and pieces of her barn were all over my pasture, like lodged in the road. Not in the road, but in the pasture, like just in the ground. There was 2x4s and metal rods and things just sticking up out of our ground. But yeah, we've not had anything come this close in a few years, 3 or 4 years. So it was very scary. But we're okay. You know, we don't have any power, but nobody really does in our whole town. Prague didn't have power, but they got their power back this morning, and I called, and the kids' speech office was open, and James also had a doctor's appointment over here, so he came to the doctor. I brought kids to speech, and now James is at home hooking up our generator. Or I think he said he was going to get it out to hook up and then wait, and if the electric company doesn't get the electric working pretty soon, then he will hook it up, because there are a lot of power lines down. I did film some of the damage, but not a lot. Mika was using my camera and filming just out the window of the car in various spots along our drive here this morning, but there were some spots that she didn't even film because she was so shocked by the damage. But yeah, we're gonna play it by ear. If we don't have power soon, we will go get water and we'll hook up the generator and all that. But for now, nobody's in the fridge, nobody's in the freezer. We had oatmeal for breakfast. I do have a gas stove, so I just heated up some water on the stove, and the kids had oatmeal packets and oranges, and that was breakfast. I've not eaten today. I need to figure out something when I get home. And James has not eaten, but we will figure it out. So all of that to say, good morning, happy Monday. Yeah, breakfast was oatmeal. Don't know what dinner will be, don't know what lunch will be. We will figure it out. We may charcoal something, because then, you know, we can cook it outside. We'll see. But I'll bring you guys along today. I think if we have to go into town to get water, I will show you guys some of the damage going the other direction into town, because it was much worse that way. But we're okay. James's dad's okay. Yeah, I just hope this isn't a sign of what's going to come when May actually hits, but nothing we can do. So anyways, I'm going to get off of here and go see if my kids are done in speech, because they should be close, and see how it's going and talk to their therapist.
I've been lying here for too long. I don't know what else to do. I wanna get away from every little thing, just to try to make it through. I've been thinking about my options, every detail in my head, but it doesn't really matter, nothing matters, so I cry instead. I've been running circles, trying to catch my breath. I've been trying everything.
So I didn't notice earlier on my first time passing by, but up at the animal rescue, they had more than just a split tree. Their whole horse barn is gone. I stopped to ask if they needed help with anything. He said his wife had pulled her truck up under the barn to keep it safe, and her truck got totaled too. They're up there working on it. He said they don't need help right now. They're going to wait till they have power. I'm using my little electric burner to make some ramen for lunch, because James went down to his dad's and he has the only lighter to light the stove. But lunch is ramen.
'Cause I haven't got a clue. Why's it gotta be me? What the hell am I supposed to do? I've been running circles, trying to catch my breath. I've been trying everything I can, but I ain't got nothing.
We went to James' friend Roger's shop, and we filled up 5-gallon buckets with water for flushing the toilet, and then a bunch of jugs with water for cleaning, cooking, and drinking, while we wait for the electric company to restore our electric service, because we are on a well, so no electric means no water.
But it's hard to see it clearly. Yeah, I try my best, but nothing turns out right. God, I need you now so dearly. 'Cause I've been running circles, trying to catch my breath. I've been trying everything I can, but I ain't got nothing left.
We are trying to clean up and get the house back in order from not having any electric or water. And I'm also working on some beef stroganoff for dinner. I was on the phone, so I just now started filming. But I browned some ground beef with some salt, pepper, onion powder, and garlic, and then added my drained mushrooms and my noodles and enough water to boil them in without having to drain anything. And then I added some Lipton soup mix. When the noodles are done, I'm gonna add my cream of mushroom and my cream of chicken.
Hey, I've been dreaming about you. Every night I see you clear as day. It's just something about the way you make me feel, 'cause I can't concentrate anytime you're beside me.
I added 2 cream of mushroom, a cream of chicken, and a cup of sour cream and stirred this up. It's ready to go. I'm gonna make some ranch beans and green beans, and we're gonna call it dinner. Quick side note, I thought I had egg noodles when I started making this, and I didn't. That's why I have penne in here. Dinner is ready. Okay, so we have our 15-inch skillet full of stroganoff. We have 3 cans of green beans with butter and caramelized onion butter seasoning and ranch beans. And this is dinner tonight. For dessert, we did vanilla ice cream with some Christmassy snowflake sprinkles just for something fun for the kids. And it was quick and easy, and it got the tub of ice cream out of the freezer. Thank you guys so much for coming along with us today. I hope you enjoyed this video, even though there was some sadness involved with the storms and this tornado damage and everything. I hope you'll join us in praying for the people whose homes were destroyed or damaged during all of this. And I'll be seeing you guys soon with another new video. Bye.
I can see